Today we're checking out the Galaxy A17 5G. I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information. The specs on this one are very similar to the previous A16. It's got the same 6.7 inch Super AMOLED display at 1080 by 2340 resolution with up to 90 Hz refresh rate. It is a hair thinner and lighter though, at 192 grams. It's also still IP54 dust and water resistant, just like the previous version. It comes with Android 15 and gets 6 years of software updates, including security updates. So that's going to be hard to beat for a phone in this category. Looks like they kept the physical SIM card in this. I was getting a little concerned after looking at the new Pixel phones, safety and warranty information, USB-C charging cable. Oh wow, this actually looks a lot like, okay, you can see it's a little bit different than my S25 Plus. The color seems to change a little bit more on the A17. It actually looks really nice though. I like the matte finish around the edges. SIM card tray there on the left hand side. I think they could have went a little bit stronger there where it says Samsung. Still looks really nice in person though. Even though this is a larger phone, I think people are going to be surprised at just how light this phone feels. So about 190 grams on my scale, 188 grams for the S25 Plus. You can't get much closer than that. Charging port and speaker there at the bottom. Looks like the fingerprint scanner is still there on the power button. I'm not really a fan of the teardrop style front-facing camera. They probably don't want the phone to look too good, otherwise you wouldn't want to upgrade to their more expensive phones. I don't know if it's just my eyes, but the bezels seem a little bit larger on the right-hand side versus the left. Obviously, it has a bit of a chin there at the bottom. Now, when setting up, you've got face unlock, fingerprint, pattern, pin, or password. Probably personal preference. I prefer the fingerprint scanner right on the front of the screen. Of course, you have Gemini as your assistant. You've also got light and dark mode when setting up. It's got a pretty simple wallpaper on here. The layout's not too much different than other Samsung phones. It also has the updated quick settings and notifications where they're separated. You can also combine those in the settings as well. Surprisingly, it's on 3-button navigation by default. I feel like most new phones are on swipe gestures. You can also adjust the motion smoothness from 90 Hz or 60 Hz. I think you can save a little bit of battery life on 60 Hz. Personally, I'd probably just leave it on high just to see how it goes. I'd be curious to see how many people use Samsung Free, considering it's on Google Discover by default. Still good that you have that option though. For some reason, they don't have edge panels on by default. I thought that was automatic with Samsung, but I don't know, maybe they think most people don't want to use that. I always think it comes in handy. It's currently using about 26 gigabytes of the 128 available. It does have a few extra apps like Facebook, Netflix, but obviously you can uninstall those if you need to. I think the screen quality on here is probably a little better than you would expect for a phone in this category. It's also Widevine L1, which is good for streaming apps like Netflix. It'll go up to 1080p resolution for YouTube videos. A little confusing, but it has the Exynos 1330 processor, which I thought was the same as the Galaxy A16. It starts with 4 gigabytes of RAM, goes up to 6 or 8, depending on which storage option you go with. You've got 128 or 256 gigabytes. Not a huge surprise, but you can see by the Geekbench scores, the A17 is somewhat similar to the previous A16. The version I have has 6 gigabytes of RAM, which seems to be enough for most things. I'd probably get the 8 gigabyte version if it's available. For some reason, I couldn't get my Xbox controller to connect through Bluetooth. It keeps popping up with the NVIDIA Shield remote. I tried to connect, but it wouldn't work. Luckily, I just plugged in a cable and it seemed to work just fine. Even though the performance on this phone isn't going to be the best out there, it still seems to play PUBG Mobile and Asphalt Legends Unite fairly smooth. Keep in mind, it's just going to be on lower settings. It doesn't seem to overheat or anything like that. And considering the price of this phone, I think it actually does better than expected. It's got a 5000 milliamp hour battery with up to 25 watt fast charging, so it's good they still have the same size battery, even though it's a little bit thinner. I also ran my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, and it lasted about 10.5 hours, so a tad lower than the Galaxy A16. Now obviously there's a lot of variables when it comes to battery life, but you should be able to get a couple days with normal use, even longer once you turn the screen brightness down. So overall, above average battery life on this phone compared to others I've tested recently. There's no headphone jack on this anymore, just like the A16, unfortunately. I think the speaker quality on here is okay. Not really the loudest speakers out there, but still sounds probably good enough for most things. I have a feeling most people will be using headphones while using this phone anyways, but here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of how this sounds compared to the Galaxy A16. You can see the cameras on the back have a little bit different design, but they're pretty much the same resolution with 50 megapixels for the main lens, 5 megapixel ultra wide, and 2 megapixel macro lens, just like the A16. In the camera app, you've got fun, portrait, photo, video. Under more, you've got pro, panorama, food, night, macro, slow motion, and hyperlapse. You've also got 4 little dots here that works as a shortcut to change some of your settings for photo and video. Shutter speed seems pretty decent on here, and the photos actually look pretty good, of course in my studio lighting. But here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of what to expect from the new Galaxy A17 5G. I think you can get some decent photos and video from this phone. Even though this is considered entry level, it just won't process as fast as some of the higher end phones. I'm not sure if people that already have the Galaxy A16 would need to upgrade to this one, but anyone who has the Galaxy A14 or older may want to consider it, especially considering it has 6 years of software updates and much better build quality than most of the older A series phones. If you like phones, tablets, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on as usual, so keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.